Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lizzie and I made a decision. I was up all night just thinking about this and I'm pre-filming it before I actually post this video. So I just wanted to share the news after all of the SAS hauls and videos. So yes, you might say, you're a hypocrite. You just shopped SAS. You just did all these hauls. And now I'm coming here to say I decided I'm going to downsize most of my collection. I know. If you are new or maybe don't remember, maybe like a year ago, I want to say when I had my birthday in August, I had mentioned like, oh my gosh, maybe I should just stop the madness of collecting and really just get rid of it all. I'm running out of space. I just need to like chill and not buy as much. And that was like fleeting. It was just like, what are you talking about? No, if it still brings you joy, just go ahead and keep doing it. It's not hurting anybody. You don't spend your money like on anything else, really. This is what you like. And then in, I don't know, October or November, I did a collection tour of my candle organization or lack thereof, my body care storage, like was pretty raw and open about it. And I received like a lot of support, a lot of nice comments, but also some backlash, especially on Reddit. And I made a little post video of addressing the Reddit trolls. So yeah, that was fun. But yes, I just decided, I am running out of space. Like I tried to keep my candles and my collection in one area and then my body care and stuff in another area. And while I do have lots of room to expand, to move and store candles, it's just, when do you stop? When do you say enough is enough? I can't even enjoy what I have because they're all in crates. I cannot fathom ever going through all of the crates to organize it how I would like to organize it. And I don't want to just start piling crates of candles up in other sections of my basement or in bookcases upstairs or anything like that. I don't want to have it take over the house. Um, so yeah, I think, by the title of this video, the thumbnail, I am announcing and trying to keep myself accountable that I'm going to downsize my collection. I've always been a collector and I've always enjoyed reselling. So I know a lot of you might not like that or might think it's, a little bit controversial that I would sell this, but I spent my money on it. I spent a pretty good penny on a lot of this, especially the rare, hard to find candles. So I am going to figure out what I want to resell. I have been selling on Mercari for years, but I don't think I'm going to list initially on Mercari. I'm also part of a Facebook group called Bath and Body Works Buy Sell Trade, and people post there what they have for sale. So I don't like get hit with Mercari fees. And people do in search of posts there. So I just think I'm going to try that for now. Also, if you see anything that you want or are interested in, message me. I'd be happy to work something out with you. If you message me on my videos or message me on Facebook or Instagram, I'll have, those linked, Hazel83 and, or Lizzie Hazel on Facebook, I guess. Also, but yeah, I've sold to a lot of my viewers and supporters on here just directly without going through any of those pages as well. So I just figured, I'm going to start like a series is my way of thinking of this, where like it can't all be done in a day. It cannot all be done in a month. And it's just going to like take my time. I think, on my candle shelves, I want to start at the top and kind of work my way down, because most of the newer candles and everything are on the floor and stacked where, I or people just bought them. People have easy access to them. So I want to start at the top of my shelves where hopefully I could start finding like older candles and scents that have been from a few years ago. And I'm not going to sell everything. I'm not going to become a minimalist. That's not who I am. That's not who I don't think I'll ever be. But each episode maybe will go through a shelf, go through the crates on that shelf, and I will decide. It's kind of like, I don't know if you've seen, was it in the movie, Sex and the City movie, or one of the episodes, I don't quite remember, where Carrie is going through her closet and she has to decide on her clothes what to keep, donate, or trash, I think. And so my kind of thinking of doing this would be, for my candles, what I would keep, sell, or burn. So keep, burn, sell. And there's like multiple candles of packagings that I know I have, but they could be scattered all over because I do not have any organization. And so maybe I'll try and keep a better organization tally spreadsheet when I start going through them. And ones that I like the packaging of or that I like the scent of, maybe I'll keep. And maybe if I know I have multiples, I'll keep one to burn, and then sell the rest, because there's no need to keep 5 or 6 of the same candle. I think this kind of got spurred on because I was watching Garrett do his collection videos, and it is overconsumption. It is, maybe trying to fill a void somehow, or just something, you just have a problem controlling. And, he just was very honest and open and vulnerable about it. And it's very hard for somebody to, put themselves out there like I did in the video back in November and got so much backlash for on Reddit. That it's making me kind of reevaluate my collection, because there's only so much you can really have and fill up, and the want and need for more. And like I said, it's not to say I'm gonna completely stop shopping. I definitely, have my eye on some of the Halloween stuff and new collections, but I'm trying to sell what I have, not just to bring more in, but to consciously think about future purchases, what I know I want, what I know I don't need to buy 4 or 5 of just because there's a candle sale and they're cheap. So just kind of trying to rein it in a little. And so I'll go through each shelf, decide through the crates which ones I'll keep, which ones I'll burn, which ones I can sell. And like I said, I think I will try to sell a lot of the rarer ones that I've paid a pretty penny for on Mercari or Facebook, where it's like, what's the point of it sitting on a shelf that I can't see it? And there's no way I would ever burn it, because to me, that's like burning, $60, $70 up in the air for like a 2-week, maybe a week, maybe piece of enjoyment. So I just would not be able to bring myself to burn candles I spent a lot of money on. So I'd rather sell them and try to get my money back, if not some profit at least for them, because yeah, I have a lot of rare ones, and what's the point of them sitting there hidden, not being on display or admired, and somebody else can enjoy them. Yeah, so I think I am going to, once I go through them, really put aside the rare ones, for sale. I also don't think I'll do like after each episode, the ones I put aside for sale, like immediately sell them on the Facebook page or Mercari like right away. I want to wait till like I get a good amount to list and post. But like I said, if you see something that you're interested in and want first dibs, message me and we could work it out. Otherwise, I'll try and like do a community post when I plan to list a bunch that I've accumulated and gone through and plan to list. But yeah, Dan has said to me, he's always been good about my purchases. He knows I like to shop. He knows I like to collect. He knows it could be a lot worse than what it is. But he has said something to me like a few years ago, like, just think if you sold like 3,000 things at $10, you know, that's $30,000. And I was just like, well, first, they're way more than $10. But then it's like, yeah, it kind of makes you think like Bath and Body Works candles and stuff alone. I have 3,000 items to sell that I could sell. Granted, not everything is 10. Like I wouldn't sell a Bath and Body Works hand soap for $10, but averaging the items out, it probably is even more than $10. Is probably like even on the lower guesstimate, $20 or $30 average per item, and that is $60,000 to $90,000. And you're like, whew. When you think of it that way, it's like, why is it sitting there on the shelves? I think I'm going to start off with candles because I'm just going to rip the Band-Aid off, and that's where the work is needed the most because that's where I'm running out of room the most. Sorry if I keep looking up here because I'm just like looking at the shelves and how daunting it looks. But I think, you know, one day at a time, one shelf at a time, one video at a time, it will eventually get accomplished. And then I'll move on to probably my fine fragrance mist, probably soaps. I don't need 1,000 soaps. And yes, I probably do have close to 1,000. I don't need, I think, almost 500 fine fragrance mists because I rarely get through them. But yeah, if you just think of like 3,000 items, like alone, that is pretty much my collection of Bath and Body Works, if not more, that I have that I really have no clue the numbers. Candle holders, I don't have many of, but I probably will sell some of those too. But there's stuff, you know, I think I still enjoy collecting. I still want to collect, like probably like pocket bag holders, maybe some pocket bags, not as many as I have right now, but still like collecting those. Maybe some of the wallflower plugs, and keeping like some soaps and body washes that I think I can use and get through. But like I said, I don't need 1,000 soaps. So yes. So eventually I'll get to those items. But for me, it's the candles. It's the need to just start the process and not look back. As I said before, it's not that I'm going to completely stop buying. I will still have some hauls, but it's just kind of reassessing how I shop, what I buy, and what I think I want to keep and burn and use versus just collecting. And sure, you know, some of the items I'm like, well, you know, maybe a few years down, these are going to be worth even more. But, you know, I can't have that mindset. I just have to be like, some of these can go for a lot right now. So might as well get your money and then some, hopefully, or average it out for some of the cents you might lose out on. And, you know, go on a family vacation, go to Disney World. Who knows? It's just, yeah. Why have this nest egg sitting on a shelf when I could be enjoying it now? Somebody had mentioned like, oh my gosh, like, what if you past tomorrow, what are you going to do? What's going to happen to all those thousands of dollars worth of candles? And it's like, okay, well, that's kind of dark and morbid, but yes, I have thought of that, where it's like, you're not guaranteed tomorrow. You don't know what's going to happen. And yes, who really knows the worth of these candles besides you? I mean, I have a couple friends that I know would definitely help and sort it out for Dan, but it's true. It's like, why let that sit there and potentially mistakenly go to waste or be donated or something, when it could be money in your son's accounts for their future? So I think it's time. I don't want it to be, I'm middle-aged. I don't want to be like 10, 15 years down, and then I'm like, oh gosh, I got to get through all of these and sell them or figure out what to do with them. So I feel like now's the time to start while you enjoy selling. I enjoy selling. I enjoy the thrill of having a sale, of packing it up. I enjoy that process. I like wrapping it, making sure it's protected, finding the perfect box that fits. I have a huge number of boxes, from my Mercari, which isn't normally just Bath and Body Works. It's like some Bath and Body Works here and there on my Mercari, but mostly makeup. But it's just like having that box that you think, I could use this eventually. And so I like having that feeling of, I have the box for it, I have the bubble wrap, I have the labels, like a bunch of packages to ship out, and I just, enjoy that whole process. So I won't subject you to my singing, but as Ariel from The Little Mermaid has said, I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. I've got who's its and what's its galore. See this thingamabob? I've got 20. But who cares? No big deal. I want more. That was my mindset and mantra for myself, pretty much, and how I describe and view my collection. But then, now, in the words of Elsa from Frozen, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. So I think that's, what I'm going to do. And I hope you stay tuned. I hope you find it interesting, maybe. And if you're new, subscribe. I'm not promising anything. I'm not saying each episode I'm going to be decluttering 20 candles. I'm not saying I want to cut my collection in half. I'm just going to take it, like I said, crate by crate, shelf by shelf. Put ones that I have an idea I have multiples of aside for selling, and one or two to keep. And hopefully bring it down in increments as I can. And I appreciate you guys. And I hope you do not think less of me. I hope you still come for the content. And like I said, there's still definitely going to be hauls because I like shopping, but it's going to be a lot less, hopefully, than before, and not buying just to buy. I think that's it. Thank you guys. Take care. Bye.